am a fighter and not a quitter.
Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng were, for me, definitely the best part of 2022. Not only because the lettuce actually beat Liz Truss, but because it showed us a valuable lesson that we all should have learned in 2022. Unelected and with seemingly little authority, Liz Truss was this close, and I mean this close, to completely dissolving the UK's economy. On top of this, a group of unelected bankers and financiers were the ones that stopped it from happening. But we know all of this, so why am I bringing this up? Well, it shows that 2022 was about power, and not only power, but how we respond to it. This crazy period that the UK went through highlighted big questions. Do we really live in a democracy if Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng, both unelected, could just gamble with our money like that and potentially lose it overnight? Speaking of democracy, another big event occurred in 2022.
A few moments ago, Buckingham Palace announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
The Queen's death was a massive moment for the UK, but it proved that we're a long way away from achieving our goals. Whilst the massive outpouring of support and the queues to see the Queen lying in state were amazing to see, not only did certain celebrities ruin this by skipping the queue, I'm talking to you, but those who protested the arrival of another unelected head of state were seemingly arrested and silenced. Now, I said this when this happened, and I say it again. It's really dangerous for us to start arresting people we disagree with. People wanting a democratically elected head of state isn't backwards, but arresting people who protest the head of state being unelected is, and it shows that we're very close to what many of us would be scared of, and that's people getting arrested for displaying their political opinions. And from talking about people that aren't allowed to speak out to people that should probably stop speaking.
Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler.
Kanye West provides another lesson about power for us. The fact that Kanye West was a billionaire with multiple working relationships with multiple massive corporations such as Adidas and Balenciaga, and yet has had these anti-Semitic views for apparently years, shows you how hidden racism is within upper classes and how we should call it out whenever we see it. Because let's face it, Kanye West has not been racist for the last few months. He's been racist for a very, very long time, saying awfully bad things about black people. So we should call it out, and again, another lesson about power. Whilst we're talking about someone that shouldn't be taken seriously, let's talk about someone that should. Mick Lynch.
Yeah? Well, does it look like the miners' strike? What are you talking about?
Lynch's approach to the media has shown us in 2022 that we shouldn't accept the framing that many throw at us. The stance that workers are at fault for the current economic crash is false, and we should be fighting against it. So props to Mick Lynch for doing so, but we should learn a vital lesson from this. Mick Lynch finalises and fulfills my view that 2022 was a lesson about power. But for you, what was 2022 about? And if you want to watch more of Mick Lynch, check out my video on how he destroyed the BBC